Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will discuss the chemical properties of alkene. So far we have already discussed the Markovnikov rule. Basically this is also the application. For example, in case of hydration, this is the next chemical property. Addition of water is called the hydration. Alkene is non-polar and water is a polar, so it is not possible to add. So whenever we use the H2SO4 and HgSO4, water is added. For example, so in this case, it will follow the Markovnikov rule. Since it is the partial negative, this is the partial positive, so this part will attack on that carbon which contain the least number of hydrogen. For example, this one. And hydrogen will come on this position. So we can say that in this case, we will get the CH3C, this is the CH3 single bond, this is the CH, and now this is the H, and this is the HSO4, and then this is the CH3. This is the step number 1. That is the HSO4 will attach at this carbon. Now in the second step, now we can say that we must write again this compound. So this is called the intermediate. Now CH3C, CH3, HSO4, this is the CH2, CH3 plus H2O. That is the OH, this is the partial negative and this is the partial positive. So in this case, we will get the CH3, then this CH3, this is the OH, this is the CH2, this is the CH3 plus H2SO4. That is sulfuric acid is recovered. So this H combined with HSO4 and OH will attach at the second position. So this is known as this is the compound. So the name of this compound is 1,2,1,2,3. So this is called the 2-methyl. This is the 2-methyl 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2-butanol. So this is the product. So this is called the hydration. That is the addition of H2O. Now the next one is called the hydrohalonation. That is the addition of hydrogen and OH. Hydrohalonation. This is also the reaction of addition of X and the OH. For example, CH3C, CH3 double bond, this is the CH2. So in this case, if we react in the first step, that is step number 1, for example, this ClCl react with H and OH. So in this case, we can say this is the partial positive, this is the partial negative, so it is the minus and this is the plus. This will combine with this and the OH will combine with Cl. So we will get the compound that is HCl plus the second one that is Cl and OH. This is called the hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid. So this one will add at this position, for example, ClOH. And you know in this case Cl is plus, so this is the plus and this is the minus. So according to the Markovnikov rule, the negative part will attach with that carbon which having a least. So this OH will attack on this carbon and this Cl will attack on the first position. So we can say that we have the product which is that is CH3, this is the C, this is the CH3, and then this OH will come on this position OH, and this is the CH2 and this is the Cl. The name of this compound is 2-methyl, that is this is Cl, so it is the 1-chloro and then 2-methyl and the 3-carbon. So this is called the 2-propanol. So this is the name of this compound. So this is called the hydrohalogenation. So in this case you can see this is called the hypohalous acid. So it will follow the Markovnikov rule. So the Markovnikov rule is essential. This is also the application. So this is the Markovnikov rule. This is known as that is the addition. Similarly, we can say that we may consider the another example which is very important. So this is known as the ozonolysis. Ozonolysis means that is the reaction with ozone, that is the O3. So in this case, for example, if we have the CH3, this is the CH double bond, this is the CH2, and we want to add O3. This is the step number 1. So of course O3 will attack on the double bond, so double bond will break up. So you will get that is the CH3C, this is the CH2, this is the 1 oxygen, 2 oxygen, and this is the 3 oxygen. This is known as the molozonide. So in the first step, oxygen is, O3 is added to form the molozonide, and in step 2, this molozonide again CH3C, CH2O, O, this is the O. That is the rearrangement. So it will rearrange CH3C, and this is the O, and this is the CH2, this is the O, and this is the O. This is known as, this is the molozonide, and this is known as the ozonoid. So in this case, this single bond which is a sigma is also break up because ozone is highly reactive. So in the third step, we can say in step 3, this ozonoid, that is the CH3, that is C, this is the O, this is the CH2, and then O, and this is the O. It will react with a water, that is H2O, therefore this plus, this is the minus, and hence we can say the bond will break up and this H will attack on this oxygen. So we can say it will break up and this water molecule attract toward this one to form the H2 O2 plus this is the compound, that is again we can say CH3, and this is the C, this one is the O, and then hydrogen, plus the second one, that is the C, H, and this is the double bond. And you know, in this case, this is the aldehyde group. Since we have the 2 carbon, so this is known as the ethanol, you know, and this is known as the methanol because it has only 1 carbon. So it is the first member. In the step number 4, that is the reaction with zinc. So zinc is present. So zinc react with H2O2 to form the zinc oxide plus H2O. So we can say that the ozonolysis basically require the 4 steps. In the first step, molybdenite is formed. In the second step, ozonoid is formed by the rearrangement. This sigma bond break up due to the more reactivity of the ozone. So we can say that we will get the ozonoid. This ozonoid react with water to form the H2O2 along with the ethanol and methanol. In the 4th step, reaction with zinc to form the zinc oxide and H2O. So we can say that basically ozonolysis require the 4th step. The next reaction is known as the epoxidation, epoxide formation, that is in the presence of peroxy benzoic acid, oxygen is added, called epoxidation. For example, we have the CH3, this is a C, H double bond CH2 plus, that is C6, H5, this is the CO, and then O, and this is the OH. This is actually the peroxybenzoic acid. Now, we can say that this oxygen will add to form the CH3, this is the H, and this is the CH2 along with the oxygen. So this is called the propylene oxide plus then C6H5, this is the CO, and then this is the OH. So this is known as the propylene epoxide. So in this case you can see this oxygen is added at the double bond, so we will get the 3. This is called the propylene epoxide. The next property is the polymerization, that is small molecule called monomer combined together to form the long chain compound called polymer, and the process is known as the polymerization. For example, that is the CH2 double bond CH2. Whenever we heat up to 400 centigrade at about 100 atmospheric pressure, this is the monomer. This is the monomer. So this ethene combine together to form the long chain, that is the CH2, CH2. This is the CH2, CH2. So you will get the long chain compound. It will move toward this side as well as toward this side. So we can say that this is the 1 unit. So we may write as that is the N. So this is called the polymeric form. So you can put at here that is the N plus 1. That is, you may get N may be 100, 200 and 300. This is called the polyethylene. Now this is the symmetric molecule, you know. CH2 is the symmetric molecule. For example, in this case, if we cut from this double bond, we will get the one carbon on right side and one carbon on the left side. Two hydrogen toward this side, two on this side. That is why this is the symmetric. But in case of propene, it is not a symmetric. So we can say that whenever you see the symmetric, the Markovnikov rule is not applicable. But whenever we have the unsymmetric, for example, you can see that is CH, this is the double bond, this is the CH2.